Greetings, beautiful ones. It's time to drop a gem. So listen, today I want to drop a gem for my couples. If you are in a relationship, whether you're married, you're dating, or you want to be married, you want to be dating, this is good information for you to have. So listen, there is a research institute called the Gottman Institute. And the Gottman Institute studied, relationships. And one of the things that came out of that research is the 4 indicators that a relationship is not doing well, like a predictor of a failing relationship. So get your pen out because this is going to be important. I'm only going to focus on one, but I'm going to tell you all 4. So the first one is criticism. Criticism as a pattern in the way you communicate just means the death of a relationship. Constant criticism, critiquing every little thing, humiliating the other person, put down, verbal assaulting, just constant criticism. That's one. The second one is contempt. Now, contempt is something I'm going to come back to, but because that's the one I want to focus on today. So contempt is the second one. The third one is the stonewalling, just shutting down, just not having anything to say, just shut down. And listen, there are people who can do this for days, weeks, if they want to. And it's a form of control, manipulation, and abuse. It's abusive as a pattern. If you need to take a minute to process and come back and say what you need to say, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you ask for it and you are the one who initiates the re-engagement. So that's really important. The fourth one is defensiveness. So you can hardly say anything to the person because they're constantly defensive about anything. It means there's no opening for growth or being teachable. So those are the 4. But the one that I want to focus on today is contempt. So contempt is the loss of respect, the disengagement from that person's humanity. And contempt is a bad thing for a relationship, really of any kind, but especially if you are in a love relationship where you are building love. It is hard to do that if you've lost complete respect for the person, if you do not really hold in regard their humanity any longer, if you are not addressing them with compassion, even when you're upset. Right? See, because that's what a commitment is about, is that even when I'm angry, my love for you is bigger than my frustration. Even when I don't understand you, my love for you must be bigger than my need to understand at every moment. That is contempt. So we see contempt as one of the big ones. And I want to give you a tip on how to avoid contempt. Have you ever heard the phrase familiarity breeds contempt? Well, so what that means is the more you get to know someone, it can have the tendency to breed contempt, this loss of respect, this loss of sort of regard for the person's humanity, individuality, etc. I want to give you a tip on how to avoid contempt, and that is simple: curiosity. Curiosity wards off contempt. To remain curious about someone, I don't care if you've been together for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you should never get to the point where you know everything and there's nothing to know, and sort of your knowledge and desire to be exploratory of your partner has gone stagnant. Contempt is around the corner, right? If you think you can assume every single thing about your partner, but always remain curious. What are you into? What are you learning? What are you learning about yourself? What are you learning about the world? What feels important to you? Because if you've been together 20 years, let's say you're 40, you've been together 20 years with someone, are you the same person as you were when you were 20, that you were 40? No. Well, let's hope not, right? Let's hope that there's been a little bit of evolution happening. So I usually like to keep the videos really short, but this is really important to say and to highlight and to underscore. Curiosity is like the blood of a relationship. Right along with communication, curiosity is right up there. Remain curious. always want to know, always want to find out more. And don't assume everything about your partner. It'll go a long way. I promise you it will go a long way. Until next time, my name is Imani. I am the change maker and barrier breaker. Guess what? I wish you peace. I wish you love.